Alright, hello everyone. So to cut this danshiki, alright, so everyone, to cut this boo-boo, it's a form of kind of boo-boo, you can call it agbada or danshiki, whatever. You fold your fabric into two, then you fold into another two, making four, because we'll be cutting both front and back together. So we're cutting both together, so we're folding into four. Since the neckline of the front will be different from the back, we're going to use the back to draft it. So we draft the back neckline. So what you fold, you measure your arm from your mid neckline. That will determine how wide you want the boo-boo. Yes, you can measure your arm from midpoint towards where you want your arm to be. Also, that's how wide the boo-boo is going to be. So for here is 16 inches on fold, like that, 16 inches. So you can decide to slant the shoulder or you leave it straight. You can slant the shoulder, but here I'll be slanting the shoulder. I'll come down there by 2 inches. You can come down by 1.5 or 2 inches. And then from my neckline, I'll measure 3 inches as we usually do. So I'll just have my shoulder slants. I'll have my shoulder slants just like that. So you can just leave it straight and join at the shoulder like that, and you can decide to have the shoulder slope. So that's that. So since we're drafting the back neckline first, we just come down by 1 inch for the back. You can make it half an inch for the back depth or 1 inch, but this one is 1 inch for the back depth, and the width of the neckline is just 3 inches like that. So it's 3 by 1, just like that for the back. Yes, so we're cutting both together. So when we finish, we'll remove the back, then we'll redraft the front neckline. Okay, so just give it a form of a U shape. So that's our neckline. Alright, remember I said the folding will be according to how you want your arm, how long the sleeve. Yes, that will determine how wide the boo-boo is going to be. Yes. So here we have 15. It will be stopping somewhere around the bicep. So that will give me about 15 inches from my mid neckline, from my mid neck. Yes, so it's about 15 to 16 inches. So that is how it is. You can make yours longer. So the longer the sleeve, the bigger, the wider the boo-boo. So that is that. So that's just 15 inches like that from the neckline. Yes. So you just draft your armhole. We're leaving armhole like 10 inches. We're making it 10. You can make it 9, 10, or 11, depending on how wide you want. You know, it's kind of a gbada like that, kind of a danshiki like that. So we make it 10, 11. Yes. So this is just 10 inches for the armhole. So from that point, that is just all about the design. You can just start sewing from where your armhole stop downward like that. You leave that open. You leave your armhole open. Yes. You just start sewing from that point down straight for that. Okay. So as I said, the wideness will depend on your sleeve length. So here we have 15. Then you just cut it and just sew it all through like that. You can make it 16. I added 1 inch like that. So it can be 16, you can make it, depend on how you want it. So that is just it. There's no big deal about it. So you just sew it straight, please. So it's a free hand. Don't copy me. Just sew straight like that. Yes. So if you want it to be a form of a shapey at the lower part, if you don't want it straight at the lower part, that's at the length, at the hem of your length, you can use your hip measurement. You can add 1 inch to your hip measurement. Yes, at the hem of whichever length you're making use of. This is length. I'm using the whole fabric, so this is length 45 like that. I'll be folding in like 2 inches. Yes, so that's that. So for at the hem now, I'm using 11 inches plus 1, that's 12. My hip is 11, cut out my hip is 11 plus 1, which gives me 12. So that is how I'm just going to curve the danshiki towards the hem like that. All right, okay. Okay, so I can just give it a curve. Please make sure you draw straight. Use your ruler to just go straight. All right, so that's that. If you want it to form of a shapey at the hem, you do that. But if you want it straight, you do that. So just give it a shape as you desired. Yes. So that is all about it. That is all about the boo-boo. There's just cut it out and we join. So to prepare our front neckline now, okay, so we'll be removing the back. We'll redraft the front neckline. So I just cut it out. I left some inches for joining at the side. Yes, like that. So we'll remove one piece that will represent the back. So make use of the other one for the front. We'll redraft our neckline. So the depth of our neckline here is just 4 inches. I'm going to be using 4 inches for the neck depth, like that. Use 4 inches for the neck depth. Yes, like that. You can use 3 inches. You can use 4. Yes, so I think I used 3 here. All right. 3 is fine since we'll be having an opening at the front. So I think 3 is good. So you just give your U shape. You can decide to have a V shape, whichever neckline you want for the front. Yes, so that's that. So here you determine your neck opening, how deep you want the opening to be. How deep you want the opening to be. You can just determine how, yes, how open you want the opening of the neckline. Yes, so let's just first of all cut out the neckline so we can measure the depth of our opening. So here we just made a use of 6 inches, 6 inches for the depth. So we just open it up to that point. Yes, so that's that. Open it like that. I believe we know how to interface. We cannot interface neckline. So that's that. You cut the interface, place it on the or place the front on the fabric, another fabric. Then you just trace it out. You sew it all around. Then you flip over. So that's how you conceal your neckline. Yes. So you can decide to give it a funny shape, any shape you want. You can open it more. Yes, you can open it like this. So I decided to just give it a form of opening like this. All right. So what I did there is just to cut it out while it was on fold. I think my camera just stopped all of a sudden. So while it was on fold, I just went in like that with my scissors. That's just that, just like that towards the